Mm. Look at that. No, it's not made in China. Crackers.
Good. Let me hold it for you. All right, I'll hold it for you. I got it.
Oh, that is too heavy. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Ooh. Well, shoot. Give me 1 minute.
Good job, bro. Uh-oh. Competition stuff. You want to ask them to help with? No? Let me see. Hold on, I'll be quick. Let me watch this. Let me watch this.
No, mine anyway.
I run one of these every week. It's a Blue International. It's just sits on the door. But we don't know if that'll work, right? Do those get work? And these are up, right? Leah? Think they can run it?
It's a guy in my room, yeah.
So I think he told you that he didn't know if it worked.
25. Aspen.
Welcome back to South Georgia Home. My name is Gail. This is a Thursday afternoon. Pardon the darkness in the back. It is, I don't know what time it is, to tell you the truth. I came home from work. Jason came home from work, and the men's group at our church, every other month, they have a men's group meeting. I think it's just an excuse to get together and eat. So he's gone to that. I don't have to cook, and I'm going to order myself some Mexican, I think, in a minute, and go to town to pick that up. But I wanted to do this before, while he's out of the house, out of pocket. We went to Flea Across Florida Friday and Saturday this past weekend, and it's been on my table, so I'm just ready to get it filmed and get it put up or do something with it. Anyway, he got some stuff, I got some stuff. We had a really good time. Second day, we hit 2 estate sales that were down there, and a couple of the spots we had hit the day before, just to see if there was something different. And I don't know how much I spent. I probably spent $100, maybe a little more. I'm not quite sure. Anyway, I'm cheap. I can't deny that. So we'll get started because it is a particular haul. He got some stuff, I got some stuff, and we'll just jump in because it's everywhere. So the first thing that I picked up, I know people are getting into this now. I'm kind of probably late to the party on this. I've seen some people buying these, and they are right cute if you know how to decorate with them, I guess. It's the brass water sprinklers. This was the only one I saw the whole 2 days, in both estate sales. It was in a box of zinc canning jar lids, the ones that have and they had their white milk glass inserts inside the lids. They were all in a box, and I said, you had to buy the whole box, or can you buy a piece? And he said, they're 50 cents a piece. And I said, well, how much is this? And he said, I don't even know what that is. So I told him, this is a water sprinkler head, and he said 50 cents. So that was probably my best and most favorite thing all weekend. But yeah, the only one I saw the whole time. Now, Jason at that sale, it was like people set up pop-up tents in one spot. We try to hit the places where there's a lot of people at one time. We also have, if you saw any of his shorts, we also have that piece of furniture, antique furniture over there. We'll show you what we did with that. And we have had to rearrange the couch and all that because of a monstrosity of a recliner that we got from his grandfather. His grandfather's 95. He doesn't sleep flat out. He sleeps in a recliner. So every few years he has to upgrade. This thing I think cost around $2,000 last 3 or 4 years ago when he bought it. It's got a remote to it. It has heat, a massage. Anything that you want to move on it moves electrically. So, but I'll show you that in a minute as well. Anyway, we've had to rearrange and do a few changes here in the house. So, I'll show you that old piece at the end. Now, trying to figure out where my foot's going to be most comfortable. This was probably on the first day. First day was probably the last thing I bought. And I've said this before, I don't need another one. I have one that's almost shaped like this, or it's kind of shaped like this, but it is cracked. I've told you about it. I got it at an antique store for $15. It was cracked. It was not marked. This one is marked. It says Baker and Company, England. And you can see that bottom. It is smooth as your face, that bottom right there. So it has been slid across many a table. And just beautiful, beautiful lines on it. But he charged me $10 for that. So that was the guy last year that I got the little master lock from $5. So that was the same guy. Now, Jason, he did a short about his mugs, his watchman's mugs. If you don't know what a watchman's mug is, in the military back in the day, they would use these for coffee, but also hand warmers because it doesn't have a handle on it. You would hold it in your hand to keep your hand warm. Now this one is just a little bit smaller, and I think it's a little newer. I can't make out the name, but it does say USMC, US something MC, or USQMC. That's what, US Quartermasters. It's like Stimmel or something, China. This one does, it's a little bit bigger and it has a little more patina on it, but it does say US QMC, and it does have a date, April 26, 1941, so it predates World War II. He paid $1 a piece. And that's something he's been looking for, actually. He's still probably going to be looking for some because there's some that have USMC, which is US Marine Corps, and he's a former Marine, so that's kind of what he's still looking for. But he's happy with those. Let's see. Where else? He does collect the Hall tea, the Hall tea, jewel tea, whatever it is. And of course it's fall, so some of that's coming out right now. He doesn't have the sugar, but he did find the creamer. I want to say it was the last thing he bought on the first day. I want to say he paid $2. He offered $1, she said $2, and he bought it for $2. So creamer, and it is filthy. It hasn't been washed yet. So, and we'll go ahead and do some of his boring stuff. A strap. Jason was a crane operator in a former life. When we first got married, he was crane operating on the road all the time. So he's all about safe lifting, safe, secure lifts. He did buy these 3 pouches that he can put on his he calls it his EDC, everyday carry. I call it his man purse. It's a big old book bag he puts on his back. He's got all his crap in it. And then this one is, to me, it's a little older. I could be wrong. It says US right there. It even has a clip on it that you would put on your belt, or you would clip it on your belt. I think he paid $10 for all 3, which he went on eBay and looked up some comps and decided he got a pretty good deal from there. Now, so I bought these from a lady, I think it was $2. It's a double strand of pearls, and you can see the clasp. It does work. I tried them on. I even think about wearing these. I like the color. They're that off-white, goldish kind of pearl look to them for $2. I thought it was really cool. And let's see. At one of the restaurants, we tried to hit places that had more than just one person selling. So at one of the roadside stands, there was this guy. He had this, he got one of the Watchman's mugs from the same guy. He had this old rolling pin. You can see the red handles, and it is stained up. It was $5. Oh, excuse me. There it is, 5. And I picked up this little kerosene lamp. Now it is not, will never be used again. It is broken. As you can see, all the metal right there is broken. This part, the guard and all, is half broken off, so it just doesn't, you know. But I thought it would be cute just sitting somewhere because it's so little. And I don't know if he charged me $1 or 50 cents for that. I don't know. Now, the next one, there's a lady that she sets up as a yard sale, and she has another couple of people that sit there with her. It's in her front yard. And she has an antique booth somewhere because of all of her stuff. She was the one I got the $5 flower frog from last year. Didn't get any flower frogs this year, but the guy that was sit up next to her, he's got reasonable prices as well. So I got these 2. And I didn't take my bag the first day. Poor Jason, he was holding everything until somebody finally gave us a little bag. Little kangaroos, salt and pepper shakers. They have their stoppers. They are not marked. I would expect Japan, but they're not marked. I haven't found it anywhere. This one has been somewhat repaired here on the edge. I think somebody got a little paint or a little marker. This one has just a little bit of a paint chip on the bonnet. But these will be for sale. Not that I have a great success of selling salt and pepper shakers, but I couldn't pass them up. And the only other thing I got from him the first day, I did get something from him the second day. The first day though, I got this as well. It was just in a box of junk. A cutter, but it's got that cream colored wooden handle. So I thought we'll add that to the collection. And the lady that I got the flower frog from, she had a few things, just nothing that struck my fancy. This is another thing that will be for sale. I want to say it says green Italian glass. When I looked it up or Google Lens it, it's like green. To me it looks almost amber, but it could be like an avocado green, I guess. It's in great shape. There's no chips, no cracks. You see the bottom. It's not a terribly big basket. And you can see the design, like a button design there. So yeah, that will be for sale. And I really do need to get on listing some stuff around for fall. Then she had something, she apparently has the same problem I have with doilies. And she said she had so many of them, she started putting them in frames. There was another one there with a frame, but I like this frame better and this doily better. So I picked that up. And I think that was all from her and from that guy the first day. Second day we got something else. Now, there was a guy set up next to her, and I got this, and again, I don't need this. It's like a hole in my head. Rooster. Look at that. He's all proud of himself. It was $3, and it is, I believe, Napco. I believe it's Napco. And he's in great shape. He's just got paint missing in some spots, but he'll be great for decoration probably around this time of the year. Strikes me as more fall colors. So that, oh, the guy that I got the sprinkler from, I got this as well. I don't know why. I've never bought anything like this. I don't know what I'll do with it, but I thought it'd be great to sit somewhere and decorate with it. Oil can. It's an oil can. I want to say $5. And I don't know if it was in somebody's booth or they just tied that twine around it for whatever reason. I don't know, but $5 for that. And that came with a guy that did the sprinkler. Same guy, I think Jason bought this from him for $5. And he didn't do it for decoration. This is just going to be for a chicken feeder. So $5 for that. And let's see. I'm trying to cover everything. We stopped where Jason got his other Watchman's mug at. I thought I had gotten something else from these people, but I did. So I had those bonnets, the vintage bonnets that I have, and I keep thinking of how to display them. And I know some people say get the styrofoam head that people put their wigs on at night, and I just didn't want to do that. I didn't like the thought of it. So I found this at that same roadside stand that Jason got that first, or one of his Watchman's mugs. He got two, so one of them. I don't know what it was originally for, if it would have held up like a doll or something, I don't know. But we're gonna put that bonnet here, and I've tried it out, so I'll try to take a picture of what it would look like and put that on the end. And then they had this bag, I think for $3. And I thought it was great, old stuff. There's a couple of things in here. Another potato masher, but it isn't really fancy. This, some kind of grater. I guess is a handheld aluminum grater. Never seen one like that before. And I don't know what this is. Maybe if it's a curler or something where you scrape chocolate or cheese or something, I don't know. Ice cream scoop. It's not really old. It does have one of these whisks, but no handle. I mean, it's just wire handle. It isn't fancy. Got one of these. We want to have some tea. And we got another tea ball. I have one that's a little bit cleaner than this. But yeah, we got a little tea ball there. And let's see. This is my favorite piece. It's, I guess, it's a tea strainer. You put your tea bag on it, but look at that. I like that. We've got a whisk, another whisk. This is I'm guessing a Bakelite handle or plastic handle. Corkscrew, which we don't drink, so that doesn't help us. Some kind of something, I guess you could stamp like ravioli or I don't know what that's for. Do have like, is this a cheese slicer? Does have that red wood handle. Got a Presto French fry cutter. Got a little knockoff little knife. Oh crap. We've got a melon baller, and it's yellow. You can see the paint flicking off. This I'm sure is some kind of something where you can put it around a jar. I have no idea how it works. This is the only spoon that looks like that in there. We do have another set of 2 spoons and a fork, no knife. But you can see the handles. That's kind of weird. It's like a Bakelite handle, I don't know. Got a pig sticker. But that's why I've turned a lot of bacon in time. I look like a crimper, where you roll it along and crimps, maybe pie edge or something. Don't know. Got one of these suckers. It's I guess you put it around a jar or something if you want to get yourself some leverage to screw the top off. And we have another one. This one strikes me as a little bit older. With the green painted handles, you just put it over the jar and squeeze it, and we've got a peeler, which ain't that old. And we've got a set of nutcracker and nut picks. So, a lot of stuff I don't want. Few things I do want. But it's only $3. And it was great to look through it. So, let me put all this back in here. Get it out of the way because I'm limited on space where I am. Trying to keep it away from the dining room because I have somewhat decorated for fall, and hopefully I'll get that filmed and maybe go up before this one. That is another thing that's irritating the heck out of me, just trying to get that done. So yeah, $3 for that bag. And let's see here. Dusty, dirty. So we've done that. Done all of that. I picked this up. I think it's probably the last thing. I paid $5 for it. Was probably too much. I thought it was a little watch at first, and then I got a feeling, and I said maybe it's a child's watch or something. It's fake. And then I started looking. It's a pencil sharpener. So $5 for the little watch that looks like a pencil sharpener, and you can see how small it is. I'm trying to think, is that all from the first day of Flea Across Florida? But this is, I believe, I want to say Shenango. I'm not quite sure. You can hardly make it out, but it's that medical thing on it, and you can see it's just a mug. It is heavy, restaurant wear mug, but it does have the medical symbol on it. And also, I bought this, and it does say United States Army Medical Department. And it's just a little creamer. And I want to say it says Royal China on the bottom. So, bought those two. Anyway, I believe that was it for me for Flea Across Florida. Second day, we went to the 2 estate sales. Got a couple of battery packs, the kind that you can charge up, and then you have them for when the lights go out and you need to charge your phone. You just place it in the other little box, a battery pack. Anyway, he got 2 of those. And then he picked these up. He's a really organized kind of person. This lady was a crafter, so this is some of the stuff that she used, I guess, with her needlework. $2 for those 3. And then he got these for $3 for 4. So that was the only things that he picked up at the first sale. Second sale, it was the 3rd day of the second sale, so we got there well after it started. You can imagine everything was picked over. Anyway, let's see what I got. This was I had it in mind, and I've told you we've had to rearrange over here. That long skinny table that I had by the front door, that had to go away. It's out in the shed because the couch is over there. And I bought this to replace that double lamp that was on there, just for a different change. Not to get rid of that lamp, just put it away for a minute and try something else. Excuse me. Whew. Anyway, it came with a different lampshade, but I have this in the closet in there. It is solid brass. I feel like a solid brass. It is heavy. And you can see there's the on-off switch. You turn it. It's not a push button, just turn it. This is in the bathroom now. I had a little bitty, like a candle lamp in there. So this is in the bathroom right now, and I'll try to get a picture of that. But I like that little lamp. It is pretty, and it is heavy. Excuse me, I guess you need to bash somebody over the head when you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. This was marked at $4, but I'll try. I don't remember what Jason got. He got a bunch of stuff too. I think he got like tapes, cassette tapes. He got, my husband's weird. He keeps things like an ox meter, where you read your oxygen on your finger. He's got one of those. He's got a blood pressure cuff. Now he has something to test your blood sugar. One of those blood sugar readers. We don't have diabetes. I don't believe. I don't think he does either. But we haven't been diagnosed. But he got that and a whole bunch of the reading stuff to go with it. I don't know what he's gonna do with that. And cassette tapes and a bunch of folders, file folders, notebooks, things like that, office supply stuff, boring stuff, believe me. But I picked this up because I have one just like this, and I have another one a little bit off. But it is marked Hazel Atlas on the bottom. You can see the HA right there. White top. It was marked at 4. But I got all that I'm gonna show you, plus all of his stuff, was $10. So the lamp and that. I picked this up, it was out in the shed out back. But I like the way it looks. And I'm thinking about if I can decide where I'm gonna put it. I wanna put whisk brooms on it. So you can see it says measuring cups. The cat is fiddling around with that lamp down there and she keeps hitting my light. So measuring cups. I did pick up another one of these. It's an oldie hanger. And at first, you know, good old standby. If you don't think you're gonna get anything, I really don't need another doily. It is a pretty one, but I don't really need a doily. I picked this up as well. Another thing I don't need, a Holy Bible. And I can't find a date, but it is old. It's kind of like the fire and brimstone days of Bibles to me. Yeah, it's an oldie. You can see the spine of it. And I forgot, this did come from Flea Across Florida, and I think I paid $1 for it. It is the platters of that stuff that I collect, and it is not marked. And it's a big platter. So I think I've got one on the wall. Yeah. So that was $1. And that might be it from the estate sale. I paid $10. Like I said, all of his crap and all of that I just showed you was $10 from that estate sale. And I'm wanting to make sure. Oh no, this came from the estate sale as well, and it will be for sale too. It is Walt Disney. It's funny. It's a really thin cup, and you can see it's got a little flea bite right there, and that might be the only one. I don't know. Yeah, it may be cracked. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't, well, maybe it is. I don't know. If there's a crack, it would be right in there. But this is plastic. This thing over Mickey is plastic. The rest of it's just a thin ceramic, I guess. But I thought it'd be good for try to selling it. I don't know now with a crack. So that was all $10. And I think that is everything that I had from the sale. I think. So I will try to show you the furniture we got. That thing was marked at 80, and we were looking at it, and really in our minds we thought we could get it in the car, but we were trying to figure out where we're going to get it, where we're going to put it when we get home. Where's it going to fit in the house? And the guy comes over, he marked it at 80, so he's like, I'll take $5 off. And I was like, I already wanted it, and I thought 80 wasn't a bad price, but we were just trying to figure out where the heck it was going to go. And at first we thought maybe a TV stand, but it is too high for the TV, and neither one of us really wanted to cut a hole in the back because it is solid wood, and we didn't want to, cut holes in it. So anyway, my cabinet that was over there with all my military pictures, that cabinet will be moved. It's in the shed right now, but I'm going to move it into the guest room to put all my eBay stuff in, so it kind of closes and keeps everything where you don't see it, make it a little more pretty. And I don't know when I'll get around to that, but I'll show you that. But thank you for watching us. I hope you're having great weather where you are. I hope you're getting out and thrifting and estate sailing and flea marketing and all that kind of stuff and having a great time doing it. So thank you for watching us, and we hope to see you again. I would show you how the house, how everything has changed a little bit with the addition of that monstrosity, and I'll get around to that in a second. And over here we have the piece of furniture that we paid $75 for. And I don't know what it would have been used for, to tell you the truth. I don't know if this would have been a buffet or sideboard in someone's kitchen, someone's dining room. It does have on the back side, if you can see it, there's a little piece of wood right here. And I don't know if it would have had a mirror. Some lady said a mirror. I don't know if it would have been like a carved piece of decorative wood on top just to make it look pretty. But to me, this just seems plain to have a piece of decorative wood up there. So it might have been a mirror. The doors open, both of them open the same way. They're like suicide doors. And the funny thing is there's no knobs. That is a keyhole. I do not have the key. Guy says they work, but I don't have the key. And you can see there's full of quilts. The inside of the door, though, is very interesting because it's bowed out. The way it's carved, it's bowed out. I don't know if I can ever get you to see how it is. But yeah, that's interesting. And this one, I've got a bunch of brass in there. But it's the same, opens up the same way. And the drawers, they're not dovetail. We thought at first they might have been dovetail, but this is the way they look. And I think it's impressive to be able to cut that just perfect for this to fit in. So anyway, that is our $75 purchase. I like it. It's a little bit higher, and of course I have a little bit more to decorate with. And of course we have Mom, and we have black and whites. There's Pop, the one we got, that recliner I'm about to show you, and other people. There's my grandfather, Jason's family's old clock, my thrifted lamp from an estate sale, and this is just 2 picks that I got at Hobby Lobby. I probably got them in their after fall sale when they were really cheap. I don't see me paying a whole lot of money for them, but I just stuck both of them up there. I don't know what else to do with that basket right now, so. And we'll swing around and show you. Now here is where I had that table, that long skinny table, and we had her cage here, which she is over here now. She's out during the day. We have started letting her out during the day and while we're on trips or whatever, you know, to work. At night she stays out, but we keep her food and her litter boxes in there. We're still wondering how Christmas is going to be with the tree up. That's the thing. So anyway, we had the long skinny table there and her cage, and we had that end table just swiveled around this way, and then we had the couch, and then another end table and my chair. So this was Jason's grandfather's recliner, and he said he wanted a new one. This one was about $2,000 when she bought it, new. You can see it has everything on it. Massage, heat, everything. Everything moves. So he really likes it, and I'm kind of warming up to the setup here. I like being close to him. That came from when my mom was ill, because I always had a chair. No, the couch was over this way. My chair was over here. And then when Mom came home on hospice, we had to make room for her bed here. And after all of that was taken out, we had moved my chair over here next to him on the couch. And of course, after that was done, you know, the emotional state that you go through losing someone, I just like being close to him because we eat here. You know, we'll sit here and eat. He's got a little TV tray. He'll sit there. We're like old people. And so I didn't want to give that up when we moved everything in. And this is the setup we came up with, and I think it's kind of cozy. And there's a little demon patch. I'll show you kind of what we're doing with the fall stuff. This is as close as I've gotten to being happy with this, but I'm still not. I do like this part, my cloche and all in there. I'm just not happy with that. But and then we've got a basket over here. So we're not trying to fill this part up right now because we're going to move this down a little bit closer towards the door. Not much. Don't have a lot of room going back towards the front door. But we need to put the Christmas tree up somewhere at Christmas. So we're not trying to fill this up right now. And let you see fall stuff. And that's just a basket of picks. leaves and a little bit of that Cosmo, the rust colored Cosmo in there. So that's just thrown in there together. It's just sitting there. I'm not quite happy with the way that looks there either, but I've got bigger fish to fry. Worrying about that for right now. So this is the way everything looks. There's that pillow I got from Hobby Lobby. I think I showed you that on a haul. It didn't fit the pillow I had in mind, but I did have an extra pillow, and that's what's in it right there. Yep, there's the way it looks. There's this new setup layout. And I am kind of growing used to it. We did have a rug in front of the couch. While it was this way, we had a rug. The dog kind of messed that up for me, so we're waiting. I hate to say we're waiting until the dog passes, but that's what we're waiting on. He is close to 20, so we don't know how much longer we'll have with him, but we're holding off on investing in any rugs until that happens. So from Patches, a little heifer. From Patches and me in South Georgia Home, we are enjoying the rain right now. I hope everything is good for you, and thank you for watching.